Man, that's all messed up. There we go. All right. Thanks for pressing play on another episode of Morning Wood. I'm the host of the Pay Me No Mind Sports and Entertainment channel, as well as Bite Down Boxing. I'm the man over at BiteDownBoxing.com. Please head over there and check out a few different articles I have up on just press releases mostly. Just fighters being added to cards. There's a piece on there from Juan Francisco Estrada, just talking about making the most of his rematch opportunity with Sor Rungvisai. So please check that out. Looking at the title of this particular episode, all I can say is congratulations to Stephen A. Smith. I didn't get to read the whole article, and I apologize for that, but supposedly the brother is getting ready to be made, or has been made, the highest paid talent over there at over at ESPN, and I can't even hate on the man. It's a lot of, in my opinion, it's a lot of things to learn from Stephen A. I don't always agree with him and don't always rock with a lot of what he has going on, but I mean, he's almost like Manny Pacquiao in the sense that he's earned the right to do all of the stuff that he does. You know, he's weathered everything. He's taken on numerous types of assignments and roles. He had the talk show, I believe, highly questionable, not highly questionable. I can't think of the name of his old show. Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue too. But he did the talk show for a while, and it was a silly question that he said that was the name of the show. But he did that. You know, he started off as the guy that was just doing NBA stuff, and then in particular just talking about the Sixers. I think he started with them. No, I don't rock with a lot of his baseball talk. I don't rock with a lot of his NFL talk. But like I said, there's lessons in this. You don't have to be great at everything. You just have to be there. You just have to consistently be there. You just have to keep going and figure it out as you go and make adjustments. So it's not all about being the best at everything. And but he probably show up for work on time. He probably shows up for work on time all the time. He probably stays late and shows up early. And that'll get you a long way. And also, he's got some great fundamentals, quote unquote. There's not really, he may not know all of the subjects that he's going to argue about. He won't turn down any argument, but we already know that he can, the vocabulary is already set. So that allows him to move in and out as he needs to on any and everything. He did call Haskins of Ohio State a running quarterback. I have heard him, the most embarrassing moment I've ever heard in sports talk. He actually, it was a no-hitter back in Major League Baseball. And he was all upset, excuse me, that baseball should have a way to correct situations like that. So he had like the head of umpires on, and he went to say something about the first thing that he said was, I can't remember the brother's first name, but it used to be a black umpire name. His last name was Greg, I believe, Gregg. And Stephen A. went to, greet his guests at the beginning of the call, and he said, "What's going on with my brother, such and such, Greg?" And the umpire or head of umpires that he had on had to let Stephen A. know that man, he passed away a while ago. Like he had passed away for a year or two, maybe even a little longer than that. So that was one of the most embarrassing things that I think I've seen from Stephen A. Another thing that that's really turned me off on Stephen A. Smith is the fact that he's horrible with his callers on his show in terms of following their points or listening to their points. And I remember when This turned into a whole negative situation on the cat. But this is what I'm just saying. You don't have to be great at what you do. You just have to keep doing it. But people were calling in for the Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao fight, and boxing fans were calling in with realistic ways and realistic thoughts on why Manny Pacquiao could possibly beat Floyd Mayweather. And he was just cutting guys off left and right as soon as they said Manny. And that pissed me off, because in a fight of that magnitude, I mean, it wasn't a given. I mean, there was some truth to the fight not being made earlier. I think there was a certain level of respect or reverence that Floyd had for Manny and his game, that wasn't an open and shut case, in my opinion. So for people to call in and support your show, take out time to support your show, I just thought it was a horrible job of covering the fight and discussing the fight and introducing your show to new fans who might have only been calling in just because of the fact that you were talking about boxing and that fight in particular. But anyway, supposedly the dude is getting ready to get a $10 million per year contract. Again, with my message, I said some of it earlier in the week on the entertainment piece, and I was talking about Nipsey Hussle, and the Kevin Durant video I did about the boardroom show. People got to figure out what you're passionate about and find out a way to go out here and attack it, and to sit around, and get into sports and be that passionate about sports and just be the dopest dude in the barbershop, or the dopest dude in the weight room, or the dopest dude at the coffee pot, instead of really doing something with that. And it's saturated now. I just watched something last night on a show. It's a new channel called Stadium, I think it's called Stadium. And it was two dudes sitting up at a table, debate style, the Sauce and Shram or something. And I thought they were terrible for the most part, 6 to 7 minutes, and then I was out. But I just say, if you're a young person and you're passionate about it, don't sit here and strictly hate on Stephen A. and don't dislike him and don't put a lot of energy in tearing the dude down for his blind spots or his short-sightedness on particular things. Look up his path. Look at what he did to get there. Look at the steps that he put together to get there, and then get busy. Get busy on it. So that's what I would say. Transitioning to this Shakur Stevenson situation, with this video coming out of this brawl with him and David Grayton, another boxer, in this Miami garage. Almost speechless, man. I mean, almost speechless. I could have expected this out of several other individuals, but Shakur Stevenson, with the future that he has, he's working on his game. He's steadily improving. He's getting ready to fight the biggest fight in his career, and this reportedly happened back in July. We're just now seeing the videos of it. But now here it is, you're getting ready to have the biggest fight in your career 2 weeks out, and this video drops. They were charged, him and Grayton were both charged with misdemeanor battery, I believe, is what the article said on Yahoo Sports. But of course, the Attorney General wants to, the state Attorney General or district attorney, whatever it is. I ain't never had no legal problems, so I'm not familiar with all of those terms. I never had no run-ins. But the district attorney or the state attorney, whatever it is, wants to step it up, of course. And I think it's not completely going after a brother in doing so. I mean, if you look at the video, it was two ladies that were hit multiple times. The Grayton dude, he assaulted this lady. I mean, he put hands on her, and she struck him too. But he took it there, and then Shakur, who I believe threw the first punch of the whole ordeal, he steps over and goes to work on one of the males who was down on the ground. He's throwing uppercuts, looking exactly like a boxer almost, but he hits him multiple times, and I think he's gonna have some problems for this. I mean, if it's not just strictly with the criminal justice system or the judicial system or criminal justice, I'm pretty sure that it's some, this person is gonna want some kind of civil, is gonna go forward with some kind of civil suit. What's going on, man? Camera's shaking a little too much, so I can't read your name, but thanks for checking in. But yeah, I think he's gonna have some problems, and he just at the beginning of his career, he's probably gonna have to spend a significant amount of money on a lawyer, and trying to clean this thing up. But allegedly, Shakur and the Grayton cat, I think they, from what the story is on Yahoo, they made some sexual, some comments towards the women that the guys were with. They ain't messing with me today. I gotta tighten something up in the back. But they made some comments towards the ladies that these two other guys were with, and then words were exchanged, things became heated, and then it just jumped off from there. And this was on the night that Shakur turned 21. It was his 21st birthday, and so they went out and got into some trouble. And again, like I said, gotta think better, man. I mean, Grayton, he's 31 years old, I believe. I mean, it probably is what it is for him. This is how you gotta watch who you hang out with, because Grayton, even though he's 10 years Shakur's senior, he obviously doesn't have a lot of wisdom to say that, hey, I gotta get you away from this, man. You're going places. Like, you got bigger things to go out here and do. Let me help you out. No, Grayton pretty much escalated things into a full-on brawl. But like I said, from the video, I believe Shakur Stevenson does throw the first punch to set things off. But I don't think, whatever. Like I said, I just feel that this is going to come back to setting back for a minute. Obviously, it happened in July. We're just now seeing this in April. So it's not affecting his career at the moment. But if this attorney, gets the charges elevated to something, and it's a trial, and like I said, it's some kind of civil suit, which I can't see how that doesn't happen. I'm sorry. I mean, you're a licensed boxer, and you're sitting here striking me multiple times while I'm down. I'm an everyday dude. Yeah, you gotta come see me with something. I gotta be compensated for that. I'm sorry. I thought I was fighting a everyday brother on the street, and lo and behold, this is what you do for a living. Nah, I'm gonna take an L, but I'm walking away with a couple of bands too. I'm sorry, that's just the way it's gotta be. But so I expect this to be an obstacle for the young brother. And that's unfortunate, because like I said, I think he's branding himself well. He's been on ESPN with the big smile. He has that Olympic, the 2016 silver medal, to help out with his marketability and everything, and his appeal, and to help with his draw. And you go out there and mar your your total package with this situation right here. And it's all, it's all to go out and celebrate your 21st birthday. Like, why does enjoying yourself and having a good time for a special occasion, why did it have to go here just in doing that? Like, gotta be smarter. Definitely got to be smarter. But look, that's all I really had today. I may check back in at lunch. I'm looking at trying to get me a live stream together this week. I got to look out here. It might just be on basketball because obviously we have the Final Four games this weekend. So, but don't look to, and then check out the, my Showtime Billions recap. I know that's not a very hot show with the community because of the topic, the subject matter of the show, but it's definitely one of the better written shows out there if you're really a TV head, such as myself. So I might do a live stream from that Sunday night after the episode airs, if they're not taking a break this week. You know how they do in the middle of the season. But let me jump on off of here, man. Everybody have a great day. Be inspired by that Stephen A. Bag. 10 million to talk sports and to be wrong 55% of the time. Hey, get busy. And I'm out. Peace.